What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to have a quick word about Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace used to be a really good marketplace for your second-hand used goods, vehicles, cars, vans, all that type of stuff. It always used to have its inefficiencies, like the search function would throw up results with nothing to do with what you actually searched for, but it was still a handy place to look for used goods, used vehicles, things like that. I've personally bought lots of items off Facebook Marketplace myself in the past, ranging from some of the vans that I've done the campervan conversions on my channel, some of the items that I've put into those conversions, again, that are on my channel, all the way through to personal items, all the way down to the leather sofa suite that I currently have in my house at the moment. Even that was bought off Facebook Marketplace, so I'm certainly no stranger to the ins and outs of Facebook Marketplace. But what I have noticed over the past couple of years, and especially in the past 12 months or so, is the marketplace just seems to have been infected with constant scam adverts, seeking out people willing to send deposits over the internet to reserve a car, van or other goods, only for the seller's account to then not respond to any messages and to disappear off Facebook altogether once the seller or supposed seller has received enough deposits. Now, these scam adverts and conmen are using compromised, hacked Facebook accounts, which they are obtaining online, and once they have access to a compromised account, they then flood Marketplace and list multiple items at really, really low prices, well below the general market asking price for an item. And this is all just to try and entice buyers as quickly as possible to send them as many deposits as they can before the account gets reported and it gets deleted. Once they've taken as many deposits from as many people as they can, they will then stop using the hacked account, and they will then just grab another hacked account and run exactly the same scam over and over and over again. It's getting to the point now where I would say a significant portion of all of the adverts on Facebook Marketplace are fraudulent scam adverts, and I'll show you a few examples in a moment. Now, when I've been finding and discovering some of these scam adverts and conmen who are listing items that I myself might be interested in, but I know they're a scam, I'm going in and I'm blocking these accounts because I got so sick and tired of my search results being filled with scam adverts. So my example list that I will show you in a second won't be as comprehensive as it could have been because, as I say, I've blocked that many scams and conmen from my Facebook feed. That removes all of the advertisements that they are trying to put out. But there's still always more adverts that are coming on because, as I say, once this particular compromised account gets reported and deleted, they'll just go and buy another one for a couple of pounds, couple of dollars online, and they'll just run through the same scam over and over again. Now, as you can see here, this is my Facebook Marketplace feed. This is the home page of Marketplace, where at the top it's got Facebook's recommendations. As you can see on the search function on the left hand side, I haven't put any searches in. I'm not searching for anything specific, so this is what Facebook is actually recommending that I should be looking at on the marketplace. And straight away, on just these few adverts at the very top, I'd probably say 30 to 40% of these adverts are all scam adverts. The very, very first advert at the very top of the pick, a 2018 Volkswagen Crafter, advertised at £4,000, and that is easily a £10,000-12,000 van all day long. Again, here we have a 2016 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, that's an £8,000 to £10,000 van. We have a 2016 Ford Custom, again that's an £8,000 to £10,000 van or more. We have another Ford Custom here, again that's another £5,000 to £8,000 van or more. Now, an easy way to tell that it is a scam, other than the fact that it's advertised well below what the expected market value of this should be, is when you start clicking on the advert, you want to be checking both the seller's location and what they are also advertising for sale. Now, if I hover my mouse over, you'll see that for some reason this seller is actually located in Ghana, but he has a massive amount of vehicles advertised for sale in my local area. Now, if somebody wasn't paying particular attention to the seller and they just looked at the advert, it all reads perfectly fine, as you would expect, low mileage, excellent, blah, blah, blah. But if you click on the seller link, you will see he's got vehicle after vehicle after vehicle, all listed all massively underneath what you would expect the market price value for these vehicles to be. For example, 2016 Jaguars for £3,000, that's underpriced. We have Fords for £3,000 for Ford vans. It's all sorts of Lexus NX300 for $3,200. These are all massively underpriced compared to what the standard market price would be. And this is a telltale sign straight away that it's basically a scam advert. Now, a lot of the times they're actually using local profiles. I'm actually surprised this one from Ghana is showing up as much. Normally they are more compromised local accounts, which adds a little bit more legitimacy to the look of the advert because the seller's information is listed as being local. But again, if you ever try to go and view these items, they would come up with excuses to say that they're in storage or the seller is away, and the only way to be able to reserve the item for you is for you to send them a deposit. Now again, we'll just have a look at a couple of other these adverts. Again, same seller, another van, underpriced, but again, looking at the advert itself, it's basically a copy and paste of the previous one as well. Low mileage, excellent on electric, even though it's not electric, it's actually diesel. So again, you can see it's just been straight away copied and pasted from a different advert altogether. We'll have a look at that one as well. Again, the same seller, again, exactly the same description as well. But again, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of 15 adverts on this today's pick, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 scams straight away without even looking any further into it. Now, if I started searching for items as well, we'd be in exactly the same sort of situation. So if I do a search for a crafter, there will be more and more examples as we go through. Obviously, a lot of the adverts are from genuine sellers as well. So it's a case of trying to weed out all of the dodgy sellers that get listed in between all of the authentic ones as well. If we do a search for a transporter, and again, this shows how cheap the other transporter on that guy's advert was, because all of these are older vans and these are all asking 10,000 or more for similar sort of stuff. But as you could see, that previous seller had multiple cars and vans listed for sale, all well under the usual asking price. And I say it's just another example of more and more scams as it's going through. Now, if I do a full refresh on the marketplace just to see what else it's going to have recommend for me, I'm sure there'll probably be more scams that are going to be cropping up as well. Again, it's still pushing that crafter towards me as well. But as I said, just the amount of scams on Facebook Marketplace at the moment is just getting ridiculous, and some of them are getting harder and harder to spot. It's got to the point now where if I do see a vehicle for sale, even if it is listed at the expected market price, the first thing I am doing is clicking on the advertiser's profile's name. Because as I said with this example, if you click on the name and you're seeing pages after pages after pages of vehicles that are under the market value, it's basically shouting out that the advert is a scam. Now, I'm making this video because not everyone is aware of these scams as I am. I'll admit I have fallen for a similar scam myself about 5 years ago. I saw a motorhome advertised for what I thought was a bargain price, and when I contacted the seller, I got the usual excuse that I couldn't view the vehicle as it was in storage and he wasn't local to where it was stored, but I could leave a deposit and reserve the vehicle until it could be viewed. Now, the seller wanted me to send a £2,000 deposit, but I blankly refused to send that much, but I did send over a £500 bank transfer to reserve the vehicle, only for all of my follow-up calls and messages to be completely ignored, and I had to actually go through the process of reporting this to the fraud action line. The bank couldn't recover any of the funds because it was sent via a direct bank transfer, so I basically had to say goodbye to that £500 that I did send, but it was a good thing that I refused to send an even larger amount. Well, ever since then, I've been much more wary about sending reservation deposits over the internet unless I can actually visit and see the item or vehicle in person, and then that does reduce the likelihood that it's going to be a scam significantly if you can actually see the items or the goods in person, in hand. So yeah, this video is more of a ranting PSA more than anything else, just about the stupid amount of scams that are commonplace on Facebook Marketplace at the moment. It's getting to the point where Facebook Marketplace is almost unusable for the type of things I usually search for, which are used vans and components that can be used in camper van conversions, because it just seems to be more and more fraudulent adverts that are getting posted day after day. And as I say, when one account gets closed down, the hackers and the scammers just get another account, another compromised hacked account, and they'll just start the relisting process all over again. So if you are using Facebook Marketplace and you are looking for used cars, vans, or any other types of used goods on there, there are a few tips I would offer to anybody out there. Number one is the price below what you would expect it to be by a significant margin. For example, are you seeing cars that you would expect to be advertised at £10,000 or more advertised for £3,000 or £4,000? If so, it's a high chance it's a scam. If you are seeing something that you're interested in, the first thing you should be doing is clicking on the seller's profile link to see what else they have advertised. If they have multiple listings for different cars, vans, or other goods or things that you're looking for, all of which seem cheaper than what you would expect, then again, the high chances are it's going to be yet another scam. If you do see something and it's advertised at an expected price, but the seller insists that a deposit is sent to reserve the item that you can't see in person, whether they say that it's in storage or anything like that, be extremely cautious, because bank transfers are extremely hard to recover if it is a scam. If someone insists on a deposit, try and send it via PayPal goods and services, not friends and family. This way you can recover your money via PayPal, but only if it is sent as goods and services. Never send it as friends and family, because that is unrecoverable. If they say they want friends and family payment because they don't want to pay the fees, offer to pay the fees for them so you can still send it as goods and services, because it's worth that little fee for the peace of mind knowing that the transfer is covered by PayPal. If you can, always view the vehicle or the goods that you're wanting to buy before parting with any money at all. If you get to see a vehicle and speak to the seller in person, it significantly reduces the chances that it is a scam. And finally, the old adage of basically, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. It just seems to be getting a wild world out there at the moment, and I just don't want to see anybody getting scammed into sending any money to conmen or scam artists just because Facebook is really, really slow on the ball when people are reporting these scammer accounts, these hacked accounts that are advertising scam after scam after scam on the marketplace. Maybe in time Facebook might actually get round to implementing some kind of scam reporting that puts into place some sort of action quickly against these scammers and hacked accounts and things like that. But up until that point, it's a case of trying to be as cautious as possible and as aware as possible that these scams are occurring out there. Anyway, keep safe out there, people, and let me know if you have fallen for any type of these Facebook Marketplace scams yourself. As I say, I have in the past myself personally. My brother has also fallen for a similar sort of scam, because these scam artists are getting more and more confident in the way that they're advertising these vehicles, and even confident to sometimes speak to you in person over the phone just to try and put your fears to rest that they're not a scammer. But again, if they're asking for deposits to be sent before you can actually view what you're trying to buy, be extremely cautious, or as cautious as much as possible. Anyway, this was my little Facebook Marketplace scammers rant anyway. I just thought I'd get this out there, because you never know, even if it just helps one person not fall for any of these scams, it's going to be worth my time making this video anyway. But as I say, let me know if you've seen these type of scams on Facebook in the comments below, whether you've fallen for any of these scams or almost fallen for them and been pulled back at the last moment, anything like that. As I say, let me know in the comments below, because the more people that get made aware of these scams, the better the chance that nobody will be falling for them in the future. Anyway, as I say, guys, this was just a quick little Facebook PSA rant, just to get it off my chest for the amount of scams I'm personally seeing. And if I'm seeing them, I bet loads of other people out there are seeing all of these scam adverts on Facebook as well. But hopefully, as I say, my next video might be a little bit more happier and upbeat, as hopefully I'll be having some more projects coming to the channel in the future. If that's going to be the case, hopefully I'll see you when I'm cracking on with my next camper van conversion. But if I am buying the next project, I'm going to be very, very cautious if I'm buying it off Facebook Marketplace, put it that way. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to my little rant, and hopefully I'll see you on some of my future projects. Cheers.